Hi everyone, Mature Simmer here. So I am on the server to go ahead and pick up my bales. So my truck is where? Not here. Oh, no, it is there. It's just hiding. So we got to run around the yard, getting in our daily exercise. Certainly not a bad thing. Looks like probably last time the truck got used may have been by a contractor, which is okay. And it could be, I assume it's accurate, but I don't know. So, I'm hoping this will be pretty quick. I'm thinking we've got less than 10 bales. Whoops. We're going to start wobbling all over the road. That's never a good thing. But it's late autumn. We will get this work done, and then we are set until next in-game year. So nobody else was on the server when I connected, so I don't expect to see anything here. Looks like the grass field, I don't know if maybe it's regrowing, but definitely not any kind of work being done there that I can see. So I know at times I've gotten on the server and seen the rows kind of laying around, but not so this time. So let's see, we'll get ourselves down and we'll start collecting. So there we go. I knew there's 4 or 5 right down here, and I just wanted to get on while I could have decent daylight still, but have spent the day doing some other sims. I've been doing some iRacing, so I've got what I need done there and thought, well, it's early enough, and once again, it should be a brief enough job that even though it's getting close to dinner time, I might be able to pack this away and feel like I accomplished what I needed to, because frankly, you know, we've got what we need. So that wasn't too bad. 2 bales pretty quickly. We're going to head off this way because we've got to get over past 29 to get to the bale store. But as I said, I think we had 140,000 and a little bit more on this field, and then we got 1 bale that we dropped on field 98, and then we've got, I think, under 2,000 liters sitting in the harvester right now. He's got a lot. 4 haylofts there. This is turning into quite the cattle operation there. And some of his equipment out on the field there. Yeah, I mean, at this point, he's got enough of the map. He can just, you know, kind of leave things spread around, ready to go. So that's pretty good. One thing I don't know, well, I don't know where any of his repair locations are, because I've never actually had to repair his equipment. He's not really asked for a lot of help in the past, but I would think if I had that much ownership of that many fields, I probably would put in another workshop somewhere across the way as well, but not sure if he has or not, or if he just goes to one location, or maybe even takes them to the store. So we'll just get this over here. And obviously, as you can see, we're kind of drawing everything as we go around, so puts a decent burden on the field, or on the server, but not anything crazy. Alright, this should pop out, which it did, so we've got 2 bales there. We've got to go through the unload process, but we're starting to get cotton. But definitely, once again, we're going to do the same thing we've got with the hemp there, where we'll just leave the bales and sell them later. So there won't be any money coming in this year. Although I think I've got wheat that I haven't parted with yet, so I guess I might be able to do something with that at some point, but again, that's not urgent or anything like that. So just to give you guys a perspective of when things are happening, it's Sunday. I think it's February 6th in real life. So yeah, it's late Sunday afternoon. Yeah, don't know if you guys watching this, if you're sports fans. Yeah, my wife and I have certainly been enjoying the Olympics. It's always a fun time seeing how folks are doing. We watched the mixed relay and short track speed skating yesterday. That was crazy. First time they've had that event in the Olympics, though, with both men and women competing together on a relay team. And it was pretty hectic. It was crazy. But it was fun. And trying to remember, I think the U.S. didn't actually qualify. I think they ended up fouling out because one of the skaters had gone below the line, and so I think they finished second in their heat, but then had a penalty, and basically that moved another team ahead of them, and they didn't make it. So, that's how it goes. That's why there's rules in sports and so forth. So, but it was pretty good, and I'm trying to remember if I think the Chinese won. It was but it was a well-fought race, and yeah, I'm almost recalling, I think Chinese held on to it, but Italy, like, the last skater they had in there was like coming along, and we were almost thinking they might make it, but they did not. Oh, come on. I don't want to go too much, because then we're going to have the problem of it's not going to load. There we go. And then, I'll move the bale over and I'll create a much more difficult time. So I'm like, I need to just stop pushing it backwards. But at this point, we got 4 bales, so 80,000 liters. So I wonder, never really looked at any of this, honestly, to just determine, like, this level of crops, what, does it really create a ton of goods at the end in the real world? Like, if I got 160,000 liters of cotton, is that like 1,000 shirts, 10,000 shirts? What does that turn into? I don't know that I know I've never looked at that. I don't know what the answer is. And similarly, like, when I've got 1 million liters of wheat, let's say I was sending that to the Kellogg's plant to make cereal, like, they're going to give us 1 million boxes of Raisin Bran, and I don't know that I'd be too easily able to find that, because I'm sure some of that stuff is not exactly public information, like, unless you work for Kellogg's or Fruit of the Loom or something. you know, you might really not have a way to get that information. But I'm thinking there must be some sort of university research that was done at some point that basically would tell us something. I don't know. Maybe one of these days it'll be like, I got time on my hands, let me look so that I can understand. I mean, I would think it would be substantial, because if these rates are, although again, maybe these sales prices are not anything realistic. So I don't know if 1,000, say $400 per 1,000 liters is correct. Is it 40 cents per? I guess that would be $4. No? No, because if it was $4 a liter, that would be 4,000. So no, it's like, it's 40 cents or 4 cents. I don't know. Somehow my math brain is not working today. So if I have 1,000 liters, yes, if I have 1,000 liters and it's sold for 1,000, it would be $1 a liter. So yes, 400 is basically 40 cents a liter. But then some of that is, so I think a lot of the grain crops, certainly like corn and so forth, I think it's like per bushel is what they're usually traded on the futures exchange for. So it's like we'd have to know how many liters are in a bushel, and I'm thinking that varies by crop type, but I could be crazy. Would not be the first time I was accused of being crazy. Probably won't be the last either. So, alright, so I know we have a bale up here just north of the yard, so we'll get that up, and there's another one there. So we'll make those the two I get here. And then that will get us, so then there's theoretically one more bale on this field somewhere that I need to locate, and hopefully there isn't another that I've missed, but we'll see. Alright, oh boy. That's the problem going in this way, is I usually overturn. Okay, there we go, and then we'll go up this way. But we basically haven't gotten past the middle of the field, per se, and so it would seem like there'd be a lot more up there, but I think just the way they all lined up, most of them were dropped off pretty darn close to the front half of my field. I think that'll line me up pretty well. Yep. Alright. So now we've got 120,000, and again, I think we had like 143,000. And I do believe the harvester was empty, because I think we were pretty close to a full bale when we dumped it out before. But like I said, we were so low this time in what was left in the harvester, it just made sense to leave it alone. So, and some of like the real life things that are running out is I do need to verify that, whoops, sorry, I'm looking at the time, because I just realized I do like NASCAR, and there is a big race at the LA Coliseum, which I'm really looking forward to seeing tonight, the Busch Clash at the Coliseum. So if you're not familiar with the LA Coliseum, it's basically, it was built about a little over 100 years ago, because I think they started construction on the track for this event on the 100th anniversary. And It's basically like an Olympic running venue, and they decided to pave it and put a NASCAR track in there and have, I think, 23 cars do 150 laps on it. So it's a quarter mile. So that's what, 75, like 35 miles? It's not really that far, as far as distance, but I'm sure it'll still take a couple hours. But I believe that starts at 6, so it's 5:30, so it's not 4:18 like it says in the server. But yeah, I should be able to go, and at this point I think I just have 2 bales, so I should just be able to make a run and be in good shape here. So I was panicking a little bit as I've been doing so much iRacing. I feel like I've been looking at NASCAR all day, because that was, well, actually that wasn't most of my racing. Today I was doing the Legends, which is the older, like 1934 Ford Coupe, and the Skip Barber, which is like the training ground for IndyCar type things, were my races today. I did my NASCAR races yesterday, I believe, but I did do time trials in some NASCAR equipment, which allowed me to progress up to my A license for Road Oval, which I believe is the highest license you can just get approved for, but I'm not sure. I don't know if I get my safety rating and do certain things, if I can then get like a pro license awarded, or if there's something more specific that happens there. I would think there would be. Alright, so I'm going to kind of head toward the middle of the field. So I think there's one like at the entrance to... There we go, yep. So I believe we just have a bale here and a bale on 98. I'm not seeing anything else, so there's not really a reason to think I need to go searching, so I'm not going to, because frankly I don't have time, and I obviously don't know how to back up straight to a bale either, and I think I just created a problem for myself anyway. So let me pay attention so that I can finish. And then, like I said, I think we've got a bale here somewhere. Alright, am I going to be made a liar? I swear there was one. There it is. I don't know that I remember like it being dumped in the corner like that. That's interesting. Hopefully that won't turn into a challenge to pick up, because it's like down the hill a bit. I don't know, there's just something that feels like this is going to come back and bite me, but let's be optimistic and hope not. So, let's see. Well, that's as good as I can be. Alright. Nicely done. So I am going to just use this exit here. That will allow me to also kind of peek through the trees, because if there is one, I think it will be on this side of the field. So we'll just make sure another bale doesn't appear. It's kind of hard to drive this way. Now I'm past the midpoint, so yeah, I believe this is it. So we will go drop this off and then park our truck, and we're done for today. So nice quick run. Definitely a good short day in late autumn, so that's nice. And just continuing to do a little bit of stuff on the farm, but definitely much quieter than it had been. Yesterday there was someone on. I think we had that in the video when I was doing the cotton harvest. Fire had been on for a bit, who's again the FM down in the southeast of the map. So, you know, we're all doing our thing, but it's definitely been a little quieter. And probably, you know, it could just be me, obviously. I'm on less, so I'm just seeing people less. That doesn't necessarily mean the server's any less busy. I've really got no way to tell that. So I guess I shouldn't really say that people are doing less. Like I said, the only person I know is, you know, JP had sold everything off and left, and, you know, basically is keeping in touch with us so that, you know, when we're ready to go to FS22, he's gonna then think about it at that point. But yep, this should get us... Yeah, no, that's right. Somehow I was thinking I should have 10, but obviously I shouldn't, because 8 is 160,000. We didn't have 200,000 liters. So I was just panicking a little bit, like, do I still have 2 bales? Am I crazy? But no, I'm just confused. So, a nice autumn afternoon. You know, trees turned, all the leaves have changed color. Definitely the last throes of the year. And then we'll be on our way. So, let's see. We'll refill. There we go. Easy enough. Should be minor repairs. $5. I can handle that. $25. Not bad. It's a good day when you spend $30 to replace your equipment. I spent more than that this weekend, or last weekend, to just get the oil changed in one of my cars. So, not going to complain. Alright. So, thanks for tagging along, helping clean up things, but at this point, we are officially done for year 78 on the farm. So I will see you next time.